Well, hello, and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot, the most unusual tarot reading on the internet and just about every other place as well. Glad that you're joining me today. Please like, share, and subscribe. It's the algorithm's name. It's a game. It's the numbers game, so I'd appreciate it. Like and subscribe, certainly. Share if you want to. Let's get to tarot, but a different kind of tarot. I've done tarot for over 20 years. In that time, I've discovered tarot is not a predictor of anything. Once in a while, you can get lucky, I suppose, and stumble across something. But for the most part, tarot is the science of potential. Because we're talking frequency. We're talking energy. We're talking manifesting. So the fuel in the tarot fire, so to speak, is your imagination. You. Not some piece of equipment, but you. Creating the images between your ears. That ability to manifest is something we're given with. I don't think we really begin to actively join in on that process called manifesting until we're, maybe 7, 8, 9, 10. And I don't know if we're really ever aware of our ability to manifest until we get to a certain consciousness. But manifesting is natural. Creating pictures in our brains is natural. In fact, they've done several studies over the years, and what they found out is that when they talk to 5-year-olds going into kindergarten, the creativity factor is in 98% of the kids. Almost 100% of the kids have a creative factor. Why? Because their ability to manifest, their ability to create fantasy, if you will, hasn't been taken out of them yet. But they tested those 5-year-olds again at 10, and then at 15, and at 20, 25. And they found that the older the child got going into adulthood, the creativity factor went away. At 5 years old, a little over 98% of the kids were definitely creative. By the time they graduated from college, 2% were creative. Why? Because our educational system is meant to dumb you down. It is a system that is meant to make you a worker, not a thinker. Rothschild, the man who had a major input in shaping American education along with John D. Rockefeller, said that they wanted to create, through the education system, workers, not thinkers. Thinkers mess it up for the people who want to control the world, want to control us. Worst thing you can do is have somebody question, why are you doing this? Why is this important to you? Why? They don't want that. They don't want that. Just do your job. Put in your 40, 50, 60 hours a week. Shut up, go home, pay your taxes, and come back and do it again tomorrow. That's what they want. And the numbers tell us that's what they're getting. Now you add to that the mass hypnosis created by technology, and we get even dumber. Our attention span is down to just a couple of seconds. 1950, we could hold a thought for a minute or more. Now we're down to about 3 seconds. They're getting what they want, on top of the fact that they're poisoning the air, the food, the water, the land, everything else, but they're getting what they want. And so with tarot, we tap into that system called your brain, which, by the way, is kryptonite to robots, because robots are not prescient, they're not self-aware. Human beings are, and because of that, we can shape our future. We just have to focus on being positive with our manifesting and not negative, because we generally are negative. I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want them, I don't that, I don't, which is what you get, and you go, God, man, my life sucks. Well, the fact of the matter is you've been programmed to be negative, so you get the result that you're manifesting, but in a negative way. We want to change that. So when it comes to this reading, after 20 years of doing tarot, realizing that really it's the science of potential energy, I have really fine-tuned it. There's only 4 tarot cards on your screen. One card that I call kind of the transition card. It sets the mood for the reading to help you understand, because that's what this whole thing is about. You know, I've done astrology and numerology for over 50 years. And astrology is powerful juju. Numerology is powerful juju. In fact, they are the science of cycles, whereas tarot, science of potential, numerology, astrology, science of cycles. You can, to a limited degree, predict, but really, that's not the point. I don't know that you can ever really, truly predict. What I do is I look at the farther planets, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, to a lesser degree Saturn and Jupiter, but I look at those as kind of setting the stage at any given point in time. What's the temperature? What's the social temperature? Because once you have that, now it impacts your tarot potential. Okay? So in this tarot reading, you get a whole hell of a lot more than just a tarot reading. We do a little astrology, numerology when it's appropriate, and man, it's appropriate a lot. In fact, I'm thinking of doing a second podcast just focusing on astrological trends. Go back, for example, 1776, July 4, that's when we declared our independence from England. Well, it takes Pluto 250 years to go around. We're having our 250th anniversary next summer, July 4th, 2026, 250 years. Pluto is essentially in the same spot now it was when we declared the revolution. Uranus is in the same spot, essentially, when we declared the revolution. Pluto, change. Uranus, revolution. Powerful stuff. Back in 1776, and it's going forward till today. So I'll talk about astrology in those terms, because I want you to understand. I'm not going to get wrapped up in the minutiae and the moon's here and this house is here and we got these aspects and you got a sextile and a biquintile and you got... I'm not going to do that. That takes away from the understanding, takes away from the focus. 4 tarot cards, a middle card to help kind of set the tone, and where needed, maybe a little astrology, numerology to back up so that you understand, you have meaning. Americans have a pretty good idea what the energy was when we declared our independence from Britain in 1776. And they see the same thing happening here. In fact, you're seeing the same thing kind of happening in Canada with their latest election. Things are up for grabs. Change is imminent, and I mean profound change. And that's why I say I'm thinking of setting up a second website to be able to talk about the astrological implications of the periods. So we find out about the past so we can apply it to the future, but we'll get into that later. Point is, now we're dealing with the here and now with the tarot. This is the energy of the moment. And so let's dig in. Middle card, Oracle card. That gives us the overall feeling of the reading, and the Oracle card today says poised. Poised, waiting, just anticipating, just it's right there. I'm ready to begin. Numbers up in the left-hand corner are 48. 4 is stability, 8 is manifesting. You put 4 and 8 together, you get 12 or a 3. 3, for me, always means lining up the energies of the mind, the body, and the spirit. That's really the human trinity. The energy of the mind, the energy of the body, and the energy of the spirit. Those are all different, And for maximum impact, for maximum effect, they all have to be working together like a finely tuned gasoline engine. You need all the cylinders working together. So you're poised, you're ready, you're anticipating what's coming next. And frankly, doesn't seem to be very pleasant, doesn't seem to be very optimistic. Here's the meme for today. Nothing is more empowering than facing the fear that controls you. And we're all run by fear. You see commercials, tell you quick limited time offer. Hey, you better do this because it's not going to be able to do this much longer. Or this company is selling gold and silver. They make up one phony bullshit stuff after another to make you panic and worry about your money. Worry about your money. They'll take it away. They'll take it away. This is happening. That's going. Oh, you got to worry. We sell things through fear. The COVID stuff was all fear. Scare people. In fact, the guy who handled public relations, if you want to call it that, for the Nazis during the Nuremberg trials, Goebbels, that was his last name, Goebbels, said it was easy to control German people. All you have to do is make them afraid. People are conditioned. I think it's maybe genetic. We're looking for that saber-toothed tiger. We're looking for that animal that's going to eat us. That's survival. And so they do the same thing to us now, whether it's in commercials, whether it's in movies, whether it's in politics. It doesn't make any difference. Scare the shit out of people. You'll do it. They'll do it. Just show them the cockroaches in the corner. They'll run. So again, the theme is being poised. And the meme is nothing is more empowering than facing the fear that controls you. Because when you do that, you gain power, certainly. But often you see that threat ain't that much of a threat. More often than not. So we're in a position right now where while we're poised, we're waiting. A lot of people are expecting the worst. So let's get to our reading. All the way to the left, we got the Ten of Swords. You want to talk about the worst? The Ten of Swords is about it. Swords are thoughts, ideas, beliefs. And you see the guy on the card stabbed in the back 10 times. He's been lied to a lot. To the point where it looks like he's dead, although you see in the card there's that bright horizon. Obviously they don't do chemtrails where he lives. But you do see that nice, bright, yellow horizon. There is hope. I know it looks like he's dead. He should be. 10 swords in the back, man, that'll do it. But he's not. There is that little ray of hope. But he knows now. They've lied to him about everything. They cheated him in every way possible. They took advantage every time. Next card over. The King of Cups in reverse. Cups are our emotional attachments. They can be good, bad, whatever. But they're things or people or ideas that we're emotionally connected to. And so the King of Cups is loving energy. It's tolerant. It's a very subtle influence. And I think that might go back to the meme, nothing is more empowering than facing the fear that controls you. I think you are thinking about taking on the challenge. Things could get real tough because you've been lied to constantly. So at this point, you don't even believe, you don't trust, nothing. Shit's going to hit the fan. How do I prepare? I've said we put ourselves in a hell of a position. As humanity, we've been lied to about tech. It was always used to control us. It was always meant to. They sold us on other things. Oh, it's good for business, so they got great games or this, that, the other. But it was always used to control us. It was the electric umbilical cord that they had control over. And I said, for all the times that you think you're so independent, you think you got your shit together, and you think, oh man, I'm right there. All they got to do is pull the plug. It happened. Just happened in Europe. Spain, Portugal, parts of France lost all power. I don't know if they have it back yet. I don't think so. But they've lost power. Okay, so you got the computers, so you got the cell phones, so you got the TVs, you got the lights, you got the everything's electric. That's why they want everything electric, even your cars. Because all they have to do is flick a switch. Now, the official explanation is there was some meteorological anomaly, but they don't know what bullcrap. You've seen the chemtrails in the sky. You ever heard about an American program called HAARP? Since World War II, they've been working at trying to control the weather. Aggressively, weaponize weather. And people in Portugal and Spain, just before the lights went out, said they noticed some strange shapes in the sky. So when you add all this up together, you feel like that guy stabbed in the back 10 times. When are we going to get to the truth? Well, when we demand the truth, you got to face that fear. Next card over is the Ace of Cups in reverse. You are thinking about really taking a loving, positive, supportive attitude toward yourself. Of saying, okay, I really feel like the shit's going to roll downhill. I really feel that. I don't see that there's any other way that we can fix it. So I got to get ready. I got to be the best I can be to survive. I'm expecting the worst, but I'm poised for whatever's coming. And what's coming is the Tower card. Tower card says things have got to change. Things have got to move. It's destruction, sudden change. It's a wake-up call. You realize that what you thought was secure and stable isn't, never has been. So you're having to face a false sense of security that never really existed, but they couldn't really let you know until now. But again, nothing is more empowering than facing the fear that controls you. They are depending, remember, this is a psyops. They're scaring the shit out of you so that they can control you. So while you expect the worst, prepare for the worst so that you can make it the best. Empower, control your fear. That's the whole idea of this reading. Be poised. Wait. Now, that means you got to be gentle. You got to be supportive of yourself. You got to think about yourself in ways that you've never thought about yourself before. But you know you've been lied to on every occasion. You know you can feel it in your bones. There is some major destructive shit that's going to be going on. You have to be prepared, just like these people in France and Portugal and Spain. They didn't expect all their power to go out, but it did. What do you do? How do you handle that? Face your fear. Expect the worst. Prepare for the best. That's the Tao Manifested rating or tarot reading for today. Pardon my French. Looks like we got another tarot reading to do tomorrow and the next day, because I'm here every single day, 365. Please like, subscribe, and share. That keeps me up and running, keeps the thing empowered, because the folks that run the internet have algorithms and they want to, like everything else, they want to juggle with those numbers and keep you down. So you can help me. I appreciate it. So that's the Tao Tarot for today. More manifesting next time you and I get together. Until we do get together, peace and blessings.